G'day friends, welcome to this journal flip video. I've got my Large Delusions journal here, and believe it or not, this is the 4th time I've flipped this journal today, like with this video. The first video was shaky, the second video I had cut off half of it, the third video I didn't press record, and I got a substantial amount of the way through it, and then I just wanted to jump off a bridge. So I filmed it 4 times, and now I'm so over speaking about it that I actually just thought I'd bring Steve in and we can just do something fun for the voiceover, because everything in here is just collage. You've heard me talk about all this stuff before. All the same things still apply, and I'm really just flipping through stuff that you haven't seen before. If you want to see anything flipped in this book that has an orange post-it note on it, or any of the pages you think I've just rushed past and you didn't get to see, my first journal flip video is of this journal, and then I think journal flip number 6 I think is my Large Delusions journal again. So if there's anything in here that you think you're missing out on, go to those 2 videos and you can check those out. Otherwise, this is just going to be a fun look at what's inside and what's going on. And you'll spot some things that you've seen on Instagram. You'll spot some things that have been in orange bags before. Maybe stuff that you've now got in your books because I've put them up as collage sheet elements. Yeah, lots of fun stuff in here. I love this journal. But I've got Steve here with me. Say hi.
What's up, BURKEMATES?
You're so embarrassing.
Hi guys, how's it going?
He's been waiting here through that whole intro just to say that.
I know, I was holding my breath. Jeez.
We're on thoughtcatalog.com. Now, I did this before where I got those random questions to ask your partner and just answered them myself. But since I've got Steve here, I'm going to be asking him these questions, and I guess he can ask me some if he wants. This is like 100 funny things to ask.
Hold on, I love this photo. I love this. This like 1920s Ziegfeld Follies fantasy.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go through my journal?
No, I just saw it and I thought I wanted to comment on it, on how much I love it.
I do like this. But I used, what's it called? Like chalk pastels on it, and I didn't spray it. So one day it's... Pastels.
Yeah, for those of us who say differently.
Every time you get on here. I use chalk pastels on that, and so one day it is going to become just a beautiful smudge because I didn't spray it with a fixer or anything, a sealant. So
still, I like it's dreamy.
That's that. I love this journal. I actually love to flip through it all the time. Oh, those are digi stamps that never made it to the store. They were just concept sketches.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Anyway, so we're on these 100 funny questions to ask your husband. This is thoughtcatalog.com. None of this is sponsored, by the way. I just thought I'd put that in there because it's kind of odd that I'm even telling you where I'm looking for these questions. But I'm starting at number 17 because the first 16 were boring. If you could be on the cover of any magazine, which one would you choose, Steve?
GQ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look at me.
Oh, goodness.
No, I'm kidding.
Thank goodness this is just a voiceover, Steve. No. Should I take a photo of what Steve looks like right now and insert that as a thumbnail?
No, 3:45 a.m. wake up time. No, it's fine.
That's nice. GQ's gentlemanly.
Yeah, I like it because
literally, right? Gentleman's Quarter or something?
Quarterly. I like this journal page.
I like her. This is Christmas, though, and I don't like to speak about Christmas if it's not Christmas.
Well, it's technically July right now, so Christmas in July is
I don't do that either.
Well, we do that in America sometimes.
Steve, we're getting really off topic. We've answered one question. All right, 18. What song would you sing for your American Idol audition? ?
Oh, man. I don't know.
You sing that nice Spanish one.
Yeah, but no. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I'd maybe sing that one.
Steve sings this Spanish ballad that's really, really nice. And I don't know how to say it in Spanish, or even in English, really. I know it's...
Go for it.
I'm just going to say it's Contigo en Distancia?
Close. Contigo en la distancia. Yeah, super close.
I see it written, I just don't know. I can't speak Spanish.
That's pretty good.
No habla español. What's the worst job you've ever had? Oh, you can plead the 5th on any of these too. If you don't want to answer them, you can just skip them. Or if there's one you want me to answer, you can tell me.
What's the worst job I've ever had? It wasn't that it was a bad job. It was just kind of boring. I did data entry for a big like delivery service for like their trucks. So like their mileage, they would document their mileage.
You did not.
Yeah. And I
had no idea.
It paid good money, but like I think I had to be there at like 5:30 in the morning to like 2:30 in the afternoon. So it was like it was a good day. I mean, it was a shorter day, but it was boring work.
It didn't keep you stimulated?
No, I mean I definitely listen to a lot of morning radio, but
Or even worse, mid-morning radio.
Yeah, boring. But it paid pretty well, and I was in college, so I took that money to school with me. It was good.
What is the funniest movie you've ever seen?
Funniest movie I have ever seen? I mean, I don't know.
You skip it?
Yeah, let's skip that one.
Alright, if you could trade lives with anyone for a day, who would it be and why?
No,
and don't say me, Steve.
No, I like my life.
Are you in a trade with yourself?
No, I would probably trade my life with somebody who like goes and lives on the Amalfi Coast for the summer, and then just kind of lives a lavish lifestyle.
You don't know anyone that does that?
I don't. I do.
It's because people don't
in my
do
brain.
that,
I do. In my brain, I do that.
Okay, which Disney princess do you find to be most attractive?
Hands down, Ariel. Easy.
Are you attracted to her?
Are you jealous now?
I thought that was a really funny question. Like, you're supposed to ask your husband which
what Disney princess do you find to be the most attractive?
Well, they're all pretty.
Yeah, they all
That's
are.
the point, right?
But who would you like to...
We're getting really politically correct here.
Which one do you like the most, then?
Do I like the most? I mean, most of us like Ariel, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah.
Why do you like Ariel?
I like Cinderella.
I love Cinderella, but just the live action. Well, I like the animated film, but I also really love the live action.
Well, she counts.
Cinderella.
She's a Disney princess, so you should have said her.
Well, I like Ella, but I like Ariel too, and I like Rapunzel.
Well, it just sounds like you're cheating on all of them, so...
I like them all for different reasons, but yeah, I like those. Who do you... What, you
Alright, so Steve's into redheads, that's official. I'm going Cinderella.
Which one? Cartoon, animated, or live action?
I'll go live action, because she's a human.
She is a human. She's gorgeous. And her ball gown in real life is incredible.
Oh, we just went to D23 Expo. Actually, I don't know. I think this might be video scheduled, so... technically, I guess 3 weeks ago we went to D23 Expo and Steve saw that Cinderella live action ball gown in real life and just lost it.
Oh yeah, designed by Sandy Powell. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's so big. And what was really cool about it...
It's big, but she's short.
She's short.
She's tiny.
And yeah, she's probably, what, a size 2 maybe?
I don't know what American sizes are.
And like...
She's a size thin.
Thin, very thin. But then she has the corset, and so people were talking about how Disney has this unrealistic expectation on women, on body image and such, but she really just is a thin movie star girl.
Well, specific to that, that's what they were talking about. I mean, I guess for decades people have thought Disney princesses were a little difficult an archetype to live up to, but she in particular, everyone was giving her flack for that movie, saying that they'd edited her in that scene, but I think it's just proportionally. And you guys know, I mean, the proportions of when we draw things, if you draw like a really big head and a thin neck, she looks like a lollipop, but some people look like that in real life, and that's not their fault.
No, but regarding the ball gown, though, it is like perspective, because it's like the
yeah, she had a big wig,
she
had a tiny waist.
And the big gown is huge. But what was really cool about it is that some people are like, oh, it's not really the real one, but it was had wear and tear on the bottom, all around the bottom of the gown, so it looked like from the ballroom scene, and you could just see how she definitely danced or ran around in it. Yeah, which was cool. Anyway,
let's go on to the next question. What country would you never want to visit?
I don't want to answer that question because that shows that I don't like certain countries, and I think that's... I don't want to be exclusive of anybody.
Trying to play this game with someone who's politically correct is just awful. Alright, what's the wildest thing you've ever done in a hotel room?
The wildest thing I've ever done in a hotel room? I don't know, like...
I feel like I'm never in a hotel room long enough to do anything. I just sleep.
I feel like that's something that you'd ask for somebody, like, when you go to Vegas and you have, like, room parties and everybody, like... Yeah. Just,
And a hotel room, I mean... Who's so bougie they can go to a hotel? Aren't we usually stopping on, like, a motel side of the road? Motel 6 room. Uh-huh. I guess the wildest thing I've ever done was, like, stand on the bed and
jump that's on me. It. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
When life hands you lemons, marry them.
Oh, and Steve corrected me and said it's when life gives you lemons, marry them. Well, I mean, not even marry them. I made up that quote. Yeah, so I thought I was being real clever from the get-go.
We use this for our wedding. My last name is Spanish for lemons, so that's where the lemon thing comes in. But, yeah, I mean, what's the real quote is when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Right, but I said hands, and I I had no idea that you couldn't say that.
You
I feel like Steve spends 90% of the day correcting my English.
Before this changes, oh man, you missed it.
It's gone.
Well, when you go back, there's a little hand-drawn Arial on the bottom. That was done by yours truly.
Yeah. After you were complaining that you couldn't draw.
Yeah, well, I mean...
And then you did that from memory.
Yeah, but when you go back and look at it, it looks completely heinous.
No, I don't think anyone could really just pull that out from memory. So I guess what's that Disney princess question was true. You were telling the truth. He's obsessed with Ariel.
I love Ariel. I love her. I think...
Better get me an orange wig. A red wig.
Some seashells.
Seashell bra.
No, I love it. I love that song, Part of Your World, and I love the reprise, and my favorite part is when she goes, part of your world, and she lifts her body off the rock, and the wind is blowing, and the waves are crashing, and the tendrils of her hair are going everywhere. Magic. I love it. Okay.
I'm going to ask you another question.
There I am again.
What scene from a non-horror movie scared you as a child?
I don't know. I wasn't easily scared.
Okay.
What about you?
I was pretty scared.
Oh, I remember. Go ahead.
Well, Dennis the Menace isn't a horror movie, but I was petrified of the drifter in that.
Oh yeah.
I still am kind of petrified. I watched that. Yeah, I watched that last week, 2 weeks ago, and I was still kind of petrified. He just looks like the scariest person I've ever seen. So, yeah, Dennis the Menace. It's weird.
There's a film that came out called Return to Oz, and funny that we go to a Glinda picture right now, but it was like a sequel, Wizard of Oz, that was made in the 80s, and the villain in that movie, she has a hallway of heads that she changes her heads and how she looks. And that was a little freaky to me as a kid. But I loved that movie. But I also love Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
And Glinda, of course. She
I love the Wizard of Oz.
Played by Billy Burke. She was a Follies girl from the stage. Anyway.
What fashion trend do you wish would go away?
Chunky flip-flops.
The chunky flip-flops?
Flip-flops. I don't like chunky.
What do you mean, like a wedge flip-flop? Or
no, like remember like
a thick platform flip-flop?
Yeah, something like that, more of a thick... Oh, I love those girls.
The Spanish.
Yeah, I love that. Anyway, yeah, I don't like that. The chunky flip-flops.
What is your favorite smell? It's so weird.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to say that one. My favorite smell? What?
Why? Because all of your friends are into this fashion trend.
Maybe.
This fashion trend?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite smell?
You.
Oh, that is so disgusting.
I do love your cologne, and the reason why I love Euphoria by Calvin Klein because
you just gave it away because it was my biggest secret.
Oops.
No, I have so many
because
different
you used to wear it, and that's what you smelled like when I fell in love with you.
I haven't worn that for years.
I know, you should wear it again.
I don't have any.
Oh, I'll buy you some for your birthday.
What's your favorite color or Crayola crayon growing up?
It was I think it might have been called cerulean, but it's like that blue-green.
Oh yeah, it's still your favorite color. Would you rather be a hobbit or an elf for 24 hours?
James is not the biggest fan of The Lord of the Rings. I love The Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I'd probably be a hobbit.
Okay, would you like to elaborate on why I don't like...
He's not a big fan of anything medieval. We tried to watch Game of Thrones the other day, and he fell asleep, and then he just couldn't handle it.
Is that such a bad thing?
No, it's not your aesthetic, but it's fine.
People think that I'm crazy because I'm not, in love with medieval things.
Mm.
But it's just not me.
That's okay.
Some people don't like future, some people don't like space.
There's
just a lot of things I don't like, I think.
Yeah, but you gotta give it a chance, right?
I gave it a chance. I gave it a 3-hour chance. I watched that stupid
You did not.
I did.
Oh, whatever.
And I started getting into Game of Thrones anyway, and I watched the one last... Well, now we're giving away just how late I'm scheduling this video. I watched the one a few weeks ago, and I caught up in one episode. It was really simple.
Yeah,
Everyone
but
dies.
Everybody does die. A lot of people do die.
Okay, what is your favorite sport in the Winter Olympics?
Okay. Oh, look at this.
Oh, okay, and please explain that bowl cut.
So, first of all, this is from our wedding. James pretty much created most of the artwork for our wedding.
I printed out our wedding.
And so that the photo strip idea was James's, and it was super cute, and we did that in our home. And then there's the wedding. The map is the layout of our cocktail party. And that picture that you see is of me in Japan when I used to work at Tokyo Disneyland. And then, of course, there's baby photos of James and I. And then that's the invitation to our wedding. There's James as Prince Philip from Sleeping Beauty in Tokyo Disneyland. So handsome. Yeah.
There's when Life Hands You Lemons, Marry Them, and you made me redo it.
To
Gives. He said that no one would get it.
I mean, I think they would get it.
Anyway, so we printed out most of our wedding. I just said, Steve, if you can get me a printer, I'm sure I could decorate this whole place for like $12. So, yeah, we got a printer and printed out a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it was so good.
It's really good. And we were talking about this the other day. Steve shoots a lot of weddings, and I don't know who I was talking to, but I just wanted to put it out there. Weddings are about you and the person you're marrying. Mm-hmm. And it should all be about you both. It should just be a massive celebration of the both of you. So I just encourage anyone out there that's probably planning a wedding or maybe thinking about doing it, just run with whatever speaks to both of you and do that. Make it a huge celebration about both the things that you love, and then that's it. I actually find that like a white dress and a white cake and, pale blue table linens doesn't say much about a couple, but if you
just want to incorporate parts of your story, that's it. You want to remember that this is your story, this and the person you're marrying, it's your story, it's a celebration of your love, and that's what's important.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't matter too much about like the not.com like 12 best weddings of 2017.
Yeah, and your friends and your family and your parents and your siblings, like they've all had their day, and if they haven't, they're going to have their day. And so you just want to remember that this
be selfish.
Yeah.
That's my PSA is
best
be
way.
Selfish.
In the best and the most honest way. Because if it's not, then people are going to see through it. So you always want to make it an authentic, it's authentic, your love story once. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Just be you.
Alrighty, so now we're getting to the end of the video. I just wanted to say thank you for watching. This is probably the last time I'll flip this journal, but as I said, there are 2 other parts, so if you want to go check that out, the first flip and the 6th flip, I think. And yeah, thanks for staying and tuning into our radio session, I guess. Steve and James show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye.